All right, so here we go. Not so secret stream we're doing today. Booyah. There we go. All right. This upcoming Tuesday, we're going to have Robert Riker and Brett back on, and we're going to talk about creation, Genesis 1. We're going to talk about gap theory and evolution. And that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm doing a little live stream here and to not make it so secret because I accidentally streamed that Paul Begley stuff. Didn't know I was doing it. That's how it is. So people who are on here now, maybe I should have waited. I probably should have waited. No, this Tuesday we're doing our thing again, like we always do. And if you got questions, put them in the chat, and I can write them down, and then I can be sure to bring them up. And that is what's going on. We are doing what is the age of the Earth? That is the main topic. But you're also going to branch off into gap theory. You're going to branch off into evolution. You're going to go all over the place because a lot of Christian denominations will say, "Oh, evolution is totally cool. Doesn't jive with the Bible. Well, we got this gap theory, so it's all good. It's all good." So I'm just going to do like a 15-minute stream. Hey, Mark Lester, I'm just going to do like a really quick thing just to advertise the fact that we're doing it on Tuesday. It's 6 p.m. Central Standard Time is what we were doing. And that's what's going on. I'm still blown away by the fact that my software actually streamed something that I had no idea it was streaming. Well, you know, the more you live, the more you learn. Yay. Aaron B, how's it going? Kenneth. Yeah, you're gonna smack me down somewhat in the comments. I know you will. You've been doing that. If anybody if anyone's got questions related to age of the earth or anything like that, or scientific things or something like that, let me know just in chat because I'm keeping an eye on it and I'm just going to write them down as I go and I'll be sure to bring them up. I mean, I have my own stuff, but what do you guys think? Yo, Jason, what's going on in Australia? Right here, right now, it's like 50 degrees. It's 30 degrees overnight. I'm like, no way. I'm not getting ready for winter yet. But, I live in Minnesota. That's how it goes. I want 75 all the time. That's what I want. Yeah. So anybody out there who's got what do we have? 10 people out there. Gap theory is a big thing. I know Robert Breaker did a whole video on that. So I'm sure he's going to talk about that and bring out the whiteboard and make diagrams up here and do that. And that's cool. We're all just gonna yeah, putting on my flannel. Yeah, Ken, you're gonna see me. I'm gonna become a meme, man. I'm gonna look like Dungslinger because this is my coat. Okay. This is my coat. And I wear it all the time. That's all I do is wear my flannel coat because it's chilly out. I do change my shirt. See? But no, my coat's always going to look the same. I'm going to look the same in every stream. Every single thing that I do, I'm going to look exactly the same. And I'm just waiting for Charlie Parks to do a meme on me for that. And yeah, that's just how it is. Oh, Pancake, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I don't actually wear those. I pretty much sleep in my clothes. Kind of don't care. Yeah. So for the people coming in, we're doing creation of the earth and what do you think the age of the earth is? That's pretty much the main topic is, what do you think the age of the earth is? Hardcore Bible people believe that the age of the earth is somewhere around 6,000 years. And then in order to get around all the science and all that stuff, then they have the gap theory. So that's what we'll be talking about. And that's what we're doing. Flannel PJs with a trapdoor. I'm not that old school. I can actually hold my stuff in. I don't need the trapdoor. So it's Sunday night. I hope you guys are all doing well. You had a good dinner and everything like that. This is going to be very quick. I don't have much to talk about unless somebody wants to ask me a question. I just wanted to promote the fact that we're doing our stream on Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And it is going to basically be about the age of the earth and the contentions between science and what mainline, well, I don't even think it's mainline. I don't think it's mainline. Well, Bible believers, I mean, I don't even know. I honestly don't. Monday morning here. Well, you're ahead of the curve. Jason, you can tell me what I'm going to say. Jason's Australia. He can tell me what I'm going to say before I even say it. Yes, the gap theory is going to be in there because that's something that Robert has studied for a while, and I've dealt with people on the gap theory, and they basically insert Bible doctrine into Genesis 1:1 and 1:2, and just, well, it doesn't say anything, so I can just make up whatever I want to. And I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. Why did God throw down Satan? Aaron B. Because he was a liar and a guy who wanted to take over. God created him with free will, which is not something that I don't think is a regular thing. I think Lucifer was very upset at the fact that he created humans with free will. When did he fall? Well, Deb, I can answer that, but that has nothing to do with what we're going for. That falls into it a little bit. And I'm sorry, I keep looking over here because I have to read chat, but it falls into it a little bit because nobody knows when Satan fell. You can kind of guesstimate a little bit, but really nobody knows. It comes into the whole creation thing, though. It does. Because if you have a 6,000 year span, you can kind of ballpark it. But if you have a 10 million year lifespan or a 15 million year, not lifespan, but time span, if you have that much time, then nobody ever really knows. And it's really not important. Just important to know that he fell. Yeah, Lucifer is still in heaven. Aaron B. Lucifer is still under control of God. He's the king of the world. Well, he always will be under control of God, of course, but He is the king of the world, as in this world, as when Adam fell, he kind of pledged allegiance to a new king. But Lucifer can still go up and down in heaven. He's still taking orders from God. Nothing has changed until the end times where he's cast out of heaven. That's a whole different study. We're talking about creation evolution stuff, man. Exactly. Exactly, Deborah. Um, you go through the basics, the first 5 verses of Genesis. God said everything was good and then he rested. So Satan could not have fallen at that point. It's otherwise you're calling God a liar. That's my position. And there are a lot of other people who, I mean, I'm interested to see. I mean, Brett and I have talked a little bit, and Robert and I have talked a little bit, but we don't know each other's doctrine on this stuff. We really don't. So we're going into it and we're just going to do it. Tempting, tempting Eve is actually when you're falling, when you're stopping to take orders from God and you're going to do your own thing. That's what I think about that. Yeah, the serpent is Satan. Merrily. Aaron B, I can't. Do you want me to talk rapture right now? I mean, really? Oh, Theodora, dinosaurs. I knew all this stuff would come up. This is why I have my notes. Um, what you guys are going to have to do is you have to put at Max Bauer because now there's like a bunch of people that might be talking to themselves at Max Bauer, and ask a question. I'll write the thing down, and then we'll take care of it. Yeah, Mr. Rich Bob. The stars are angels. You can, I mean, with one of those things, it's completely sort of off topic. They could be, and it might be an allegory. We really don't know. Day of the rapture, nobody will see you flying. Now you're gone in the twinkling of an eye. Boom. Kenneth, Satan still has access to heaven. He's not thrown out until Armageddon. When the body of Christ, okay, general thing, when the body of Christ is taken up, the Holy Spirit is gone. Body of Christ is gone. That's when Satan is kicked out of heaven and he runs his deal down here. But for right now, there's nothing that says that he's not still in heaven. No reason he wouldn't be. I think he's doing his thing. God knows what he's doing, and it's part of God's plan. That's what I think. And God still controls him. He couldn't attack Job without God saying, "Yeah, you can do this, but you can't kill him." And yeah, God's still in charge. And I think that fuels Satan, as in, yeah, I want to be the big man in charge, but I'm not. I don't think Satan was cast out of heaven when Jesus died on the cross. No, there is no verse, Pancake Cow, that says that he's not. He's a cherubim. He's actually like the strongest angel alive, or whatever you want to call it. There is no reason to believe he's not. Broken English, Aaron B, is the best English. Yeah, there is no sin for us. Well, if you want to think that Satan is sitting down here with the pitchfork and has the devil fork, tail, and he's all red and is sitting down in hell, that's just not the case. I mean, he might not be. And I'll give you this. Yeah, it's I'll give you that. I'm not going to be dogmatic on that. But he is the God of this world, according to the Bible. He's not sitting in hell, ruling hell. He is the God of the world. And he also takes orders from God in heaven after he fell. Okay? Job is a good example. He already fell, but he's in heaven talking to God. Maybe they were having a conversation here. Maybe. Could be. I don't know. Can't be dogmatic on that. Tribulation before Armageddon. Yep, absolutely. Merrily. No, he's a spiritual being, Bible Truth Ministries. Well, God has angels working for him all the time. It doesn't really matter. I don't know that they're special angels. Bible says clearly that we will become as the angels, but we won't be the same as them, and we will judge them. That's a whole different study, though. It's a whole different study. It has nothing to do with how old is the world. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. I'm not denying that. Glorifying Jesus says, "And the Lord said unto Satan, From whence comest thou?" And Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it. And Job 2. So I'm not denying that Satan could be stuck there. I just don't see it. It's, eh, could be. I mean, the Antichrist should have come about 4,000 years ago, something like that. Yeah, Valerie. That's the whole. Valerie Russo says in the beginning, but we don't know when that was. Um, that's the entire point of why we're going to have a live discussion, and we're going to bat it back and forth because we all have sort of different ideas. We're all sort of close, but also sort of different ideas. And you really can't know. What I know is absolute falsehood is this idea that between, you know, Genesis 1:1 and Genesis 1:2 or something, there's 15 billion years, which is what Hugh Ross teaches. That is crap. Okay. That is absolute garbage. And I got all the science to back me up from all the secular people who are all atheist evolutionists. They back me up. Do I say that fundamentally the earth is going to be 6,000 years old or around there? No. I know how old it cannot be. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter to me. It all comes down to it's basically going to be a sort of a young earth for me, as you know, 6 to 30,000 years or something. Yeah, it's going to be a young earth compared to what you're taught in school. And I can take their own science and show that they're completely full of crap. That's my position. I don't know what Robert and Brett are going to come up with. I don't know. Just to start, do you think it's a globe? I have no reason to believe it's not. There are some issues that I have with some things that ways work, but the people, it's mostly the people that I have issues with, where they're people that are into that camp are kind of off there. And it's not just the flat earth thing or something like that. They're just not really there. And I don't care. And they always make a big deal about that. It's like, why don't you care? Why wouldn't you care what sort of a surface you live on? And I'm like, I don't care. My dog needs to go take a crap outside and I have to go hook it up. I got to, pay my bills. I got to go do this and do that. Do I really care? I mean, I don't care. I literally don't care. I haven't watched the news in 5 years. I mean, I don't care. I don't care. Does not affect my salvation or anything I do. Doesn't affect my videos. And no, I'm curious about the Catholic Church from here and there. I watch or look at Drudge Report. Usually is I'll spend a couple of minutes looking at that because there's usually something about the Catholic Church, and I might do a commentary or something on the article because, man, those guys, they are the gift who keeps on giving. man, it's crazy with those guys. Uh, you know, Other than that, I don't care if it doesn't directly affect me. I don't care. Pancake Cow. What about Starlight? That is older than 6,000 years old. I'm not an evolutionist, just asking. Well, the speed of light is variable. Um, you don't know what the speed of light was 6,000 years ago. And the speed of light does change. I know they say it's a constant, but if it was a constant, they would not put like C in their equations. It's not a constant, it's a variable. And people have slowed the speed of light down to like 50 miles an hour. And people have sped it up It's not a constant. It's what it is. And God can do whatever he wants. God did not create the Garden of Eden with little saplings. Okay. God did not create Adam as a 6-month-old or a 1-day old guy. He was a fully grown man. God can just, there we go. It's all ready to go. And then he created everything so it was self-replicating. And then he rested the 7th day and said, I'm just going to watch and see what happens. Eh. The Bible doesn't match. Okay, just to start, the Bible doesn't match basically at all, though, to Starlight. I mean, it doesn't need to. It doesn't need to. Bible says God created light. There we go. If you want to measure it, go for it. Aaron B, because after, I'm assuming Noah generation was another someone. I think you're talking about races. I'm not sure. Valerie, maybe it was flat before, but now it's a globe. I don't know, don't care. I don't know, don't care. It looks to me like it's a globe, all the ancient Jews. And that's what I learned when I was in, what was it? 8th grade, probably. 7th or 8th grade, sociology. And they actually had to, in where I went to school, they actually had to teach, creation, evolution, and spontaneous generation or something like that. They had to teach all this stuff. And they went back to the ancient Jews with a dome over the earth. Okay, that's I forget, it was a Henry Morris thing. Henry Morris is big. Well, I think he's dead now, but that Semi-Saurus video I did, Henry Morris was the guy that trained him and trained Ken Holman, or gave him the stuff or talked to him. But they have this idea that there is an ice dome that goes around the earth, and that the stars are like placed in it or attached to it in some way. And that explains a lot of the phenomena that we see with like giant animals and stuff like that. It explains that. And then when the flood happened, that dome came down. And that's what the ancient Jews always believed. And I was actually taught that in like 7th, 8th grade, something like that. Has anybody ever listened to Rob Skiba? Rob Skiba subscribes to me, and I subscribe to him. So yeah, I know what he's talking about. Oh man, we got Brett on here. Yeah, not so secret stream, Brett. What are you thinking? No, I was just going to do a quick one for just advertising, and I'm trying to get questions that we can have that we can answer on our live stream. I mean, we go from like, what is the age of the earth? Now we're going to go talk about what shape it is. We don't care about the shape, man. We only care about how old it is. And we're going to talk about all this stuff. Yeah, Pancake Cow, NASA is hilarious. Like, I debunk those guys all the time. I mean, a lot of this stuff, it actually does come up on Drudge Report with some of their things that they come out with. And I look them up and I'm like, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that. And very, very renowned scientists come out. And I'm not, even Dawkins and some of these guys, they come out and they say that astrology is basically a fool's science. And that's out of their own mouths. That isn't out of some creationist guy somewhere. It's completely BS. I mean, everything that they say, they have no idea how far stars are. They don't know what a star is. They don't know anything. They don't know anything. And it's their own people that are saying that. Because they will lose credibility if they actually cop to these people are making stuff up and they're just making it up. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Star Arcturus is 15 light years away. How do you know that? Were you there 15-year old? Nobody knows that stuff. Nobody knows that stuff. Can't even get out of our solar system. You know, tell me, well, it's 15 light years away exactly. And then they'll update the numbers. Well, maybe it's 15.7 light years. Yeah. Yes. Yes, Brett, it is a velociraptor. Actually, I'm more in the turtle camp. I think that the Buddhists might have something with that it could be the turtle camp. Where aren't we riding on a fish bowl on top of a turtle? I'm kind of leaning towards that. Okay. I don't know, Brett. If you want to come on for a couple of minutes, I'll shoot you the link. Otherwise, I'm kind of done. I just wanted to advertise our thing for Tuesday. Bible Truth Ministries heresy, Max. Yeah, nothing but heresy here. Max Bauer, the heresy channel. So far, we've talked about everything except for the age of the earth. What do you guys think the age of the earth is? Yeah, it's a turtle. Look at the Buddha stuff. Well, there's a lot of things that, just to start, globe helps prove it's not young is not correct because that formation does not happen really in nature at all, except in like what, pearls, which is actually created inside of a body to create that specific shape. It doesn't happen randomly. Brett, you're going for 6 million. Okay. Yeah. And I'm assuming, Brett, that you're running off of people adding up the dates for when people were born, when their children were born, and going all throughout the lineage. And I don't I don't necessarily disagree with it. I can say scientifically it can't be more than about 15,000. That's science, demonstrable science. And then people are going to talk about, oh, what happened with the dinosaurs? Yeah. Merrily, maybe 8,000. Yeah, could be. I don't know. I mean, I don't really care, honestly. I mean, the bottom line is it cannot be millions of years old. That's the bottom line. And from scientific evidence from people who are atheists tell me that the magnetic field will not exist after 15,000 years. We've already reached our half-life. That tells me that it's going to be around 6,000 years, 7,000. But then you have how many branches of science? 50 different areas. And all of these people have competing ideas. And they're all paid by the same universities, and they're all paid by the same organizations. You have all these 50 different people that kind of have to get together and kind of get their story straight. You look back in the olden days there, you got Gauss, you know, the guy who actually knows about magnetism, who tested the Earth's magnetic field. He was pretty much the inventor of how to test the magnetic field. And he says that we're already past our half-life, and there is no way the Earth is older than 15,000 years. Happened in the 1800s. What are you going to do with that? Nobody's disproving them. Hey, Victoria. Well, this is going to be quick, but I guess we're going to do a precursor to our to our thing. Precursor to our thing on Tuesday, because I probably won't make a video other than like I got a few movie reviews I got to do, but probably not up here. Yeah, Victoria, it's going to be a text. I mean, I have years and years and years, Victoria, in studying science, and that's really what got me saved, is that what science is telling me is not correct. And how do I equate that with the Bible? And I'm like, well, can this possibly be correct? And that's why I went after science. And then I realized that a lot of the things that they're telling me, they just don't have any basis in reality. It's somebody giving them money to actually do the research and just, yeah, whatever. Carbon dating, radiometric dating, stuff like that is really just geared to, you go into a museum and they just throw information at you without any background at all. And it's like, oh yeah, these dinosaurs 30 million years old. Why does Mary Schweitzer have like raw flesh? She breaks open a T-Rex. How can that possibly exist? There are things like that say that, okay, they're completely lying to me, and I can understand it because it's their job. It's their job to do these things. And if you have a job as a paleontologist, you have your doctorate or whatever, probably cost you about $100,000 for your degree. You're probably still paying it off as you're talking on CBS about your latest finding. You're still paying off your stuff. And when you prove yourself wrong, are you really, really going to say, well, maybe it's not as old as we thought? No, you're going to go back to that $100,000 training, and you're going to go, well, I'm going to have to make it fit in there. I'm going to put the square peg in a round hole. Going to have to. Otherwise, I'm out of a job, and they will fire you. I have an entire video on that. People getting fired after Mary Schweitzer ripped open dinosaur bones, found soft tissue in there, which cannot happen. Okay. After that, people were starting to break open dinosaur bones, and they found all sorts of stuff, and they're all getting fired. People have their jobs on the line for this stuff. I agree with Pancake Cow. My studies conclude that all planets revolve around Mars, which is shaped like a velociraptor. I agree. And the sun is not real. Yep. It's a flashlight. And the light Earth gets is from a big lamp. Yep. Absolutely right, Pancake Cow. How you read my mind. You read my mind. Yeah, Brett. I think that the best that all of every study could do was to say that it would last like 50,000 years or something. That was the and that is pushing it. I think I have actually have the article on that. And they said 5,000 years is the maximum. And then they said, well, under these other circumstances, it could go to 50,000. It's like, well, you just said 5,000. Okay, you just said 5,000. And then they're like, well, maybe under this and that. And it's like, we got woolly mammoths that are sitting up in the Arctic that got flash frozen. They're still decaying. It doesn't matter that they're frozen. I mean, throw a piece of chicken and just throw a chicken in your freezer and let it sit there for like 10 years. Why don't you eat that chicken? Why don't you tell me what's going on with that chicken and let it go for 100 years and pass it on to your children? Have them put it in the freezer. You're going to tell me that doesn't decay. It's called the second law of thermodynamics, man. It's going to decay. It's going to be gone. Inevitable. That was Adam's sin. That started second law of thermodynamics right there. The scriptures say that the earth has four corners. So what does that mean? But Max doesn't want to talk about this from Justice Start. North, south, east, west. Yep, sure does. The moon became green cheese when God created it. Pillars in the foundation because Justice Start. I've already covered all this stuff. I mean, I realize I don't expect people to go back 5 years through the history of everything that I've been doing. But don't think that I don't know about this stuff. Okay? Pillars of the earth. The earth doesn't move. One of my most popular videos is WMAP proves the earth doesn't move. WMAP satellites. I've proven it. Okay? NASA proved it. The earth does not move. Sits on pillars? I don't know. Maybe God's got it in his hand, right? Maybe he's got it in his hand. Well, I'll use my glass. God's got it in his hand. But yeah, the earth does not move. It does not. Everything else rotates around it. It's proven. It's been proven and proven and proven and proven and proven and proven. There is no debate on that. Just to start, you either trust scripture, you need to make it a metaphor. Well, there is metaphors in scripture too. So, yeah. That's why I went to science before I was saved. Yeah, God, Brett, but that's way back there, and we're not talking about the church and stuff like that. I think he means literal pillars, but maybe we can't see them or whatever. But the earth doesn't move. Yes, Bible Truth Ministries. That's what I said. Earth is a globe. It still doesn't spin. I'm pretty sure it is a globe, but it definitely doesn't move. I mean, you can actually test that yourself. It's not that big a deal. Pancake Hell, what's holding up the pillars? God is. All right. Well, I think about down here, and if people have direct questions directly relating to the age of the earth or questions you want answered that are directly related to it, throw them up. Otherwise, put something in chat and we'll take a look at it for a future live stream. I know we're looking at some other things with Brett was talking about what is Babylon or the new Babylon, and we might do that. Just to start, are you talking to me? Okay, Justice. I have a couple of them and I'll post them and then we'll be done here. My one is I did a really good video. I mean, I'm really proud of this. I did this like 4 years ago. And if you look at the comments, I actually have a radiometric dating technician in the comments that I am arguing with. And I'm completely owning them. Watch that video about radiometric dating because that's really all they have. They have rock layers for the age of the Earth and they have radiometric dating. And I completely debunked them. I mean, this is what I did. This is my start. This is how I got going. And the other one I think you wanted to see was WMAP. I'm assuming Justice was the WMAP one where I prove the Earth doesn't move. And what I'll do, I'll have to muddle around with what I got going here, but oh, I had it there. Go back. There we go. Ah, lost it. All right. Okay. Here's the WMAP. And we'll try. I had it up before. Sorry, it's hard to do this stuff when I'm on here alone. Okay. And that's the one for radiometric dating. Yeah, no problem, Justice. They're good vids, man. I really wish I could actually produce like that now, but I can't. My software doesn't want to work half the time, and yeah, that's just all I could do. So I'll scroll back up and see what's going on, and then we'll see you on Tuesday. Mary Lee, as to why Brett is talking about Mystery Babylon. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do a live stream on that because I'm interested in that too. And that's a big topic that has nothing to do with the age of the Earth. At Max, I may have heard wrong. Did you say the Earth doesn't move from Pancake Cow? Yes, I said the Earth does not move, and the links that I provided prove that. Yeah, and Bible Truth Ministries, I believe it does also the Vatican. Yep. I'm in agreement with you there. We're gonna have fisticuffs with Brett because he does not believe that. I have no idea what Robert, or if he'll even be on the stream, what he thinks about it. Well, you can prove it's America. Well, I'm interested to hear because honestly, I'm like I we're not going to be around for that, are we? I mean, we're kind of in it, but prove loosely. Oh, here we go. Here we go. You're going back. You're going back on your stuff, man. All right. That's what we got. Check out the links that I got for kind of getting you warmed up to what we're doing and what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about age of the earth gap theory more than likely because there are most Christian denominations actually embrace evolution and they want to stick billions of years in there wherever they can just so they can go along with the school system and they can do whatever they want to do. But um, we're going to show that, well, at least I'm going to show that that's not possible. I don't know what Brett's going to do. And I don't know. I'm pretty sure Robert is a young earth creationist, but I'm not positive. And, we'll just have a good time with it. Yeah, pancake out. That's my words. That's mine. You don't take that. You don't take that. So with that, good night, all. Happy Sunday. We will see you Tuesday. If you don't catch one of my movie reviews or something like that. All right. All right. Take care and good night. God bless.